Okay, hi again. Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi.
My name is Mahfam Ghods. I am the programming coordinator for 2022 Calgary European Film Festival, and this is a Q&A session for the movie from Iceland this year called Quake. And we have the film director, Tinna Hrafnsdóttir, here tonight with us, who accepted our invitation to do this Q&A. Thank you so much. It's so great having you here. And yeah, it's really nice seeing you.
Same to you. It's an honor to be a part of the festival, and uh, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I hope a lot of people will see the film.
Yeah, no, for sure. I watched the film myself and I really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you so much. So just as the first question, general question, just tell us more about the movie. How did you decide to make this movie? Because I read in news that it's based on a very famous novel in Iceland. And how did that go? How did you make this decision? And congratulations, because I think it's your first feature movie as a
Yeah,
director.
yeah, it is. It is my first feature. Um, when it's based on a novel called that was called in the beginning Grand Mall, but now has been published in the United States under the same title as the book Quake. So and when I read the book, I just instantly felt strong connection to the story and everything that Saga, the main character, goes through. Um, it's this story, this book by Auður Jónsdóttir, who is one of our most accomplished female writer here in Iceland, is uh, is a bit based on her own experience. And when I read it, I also felt that it could that some part of the stories were mine too, because I mean, it tells a story about a family where people aren't dealing with the reality of with the trauma that happened many years ago. And when I read it, I just felt that this is a story that not just many people can relate to, because it tends to be so common that, especially in families, people sometimes don't dare to talk about things that are difficult, things that happen, things that can have caused traumas. And this film is about what happens after that, the things that the way it affects people, because you can't deny the truth, you can't deny what happened to you. So in a way, I felt, because my childhood experience was sometimes quite difficult, so I was just like, oh, I need to tell this story, I need to share something from me also by writing the script, which I did. So I had the permission from the author either to change things in the stories that needed to be changed because of this adaptation. Because for me, you have to respect the film, you have to respect the way you want to portray a story and tell it visually, which is totally different when you have a book and you're reading a book. So yeah, I even added a character, I took out characters, but the core of the story, what it is about and what happens, is the same in the film and in the book. But I felt really honored to have the filming rights of this book, because, as I said, Auður is highly appreciated, and when this book came out here in Iceland, it was a bestseller and very popular, and people loved it. But yeah, and I was also really honored to have the permission to make those changes that needed to be made.
Okay, interesting. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Then actually, I had a question that how did you decide, or how did you switch from acting to directing, because I personally used to know you from this Netflix miniseries, The Valhalla Murders, which is I really liked it. I think that's a very, very nice series. And then when I saw your name here, I just got excited that, oh, I know Tinna, and I remember Tinna. And so how did that happen? That I think you were busy with acting and now you're switching to directing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that being an actress myself, it's really helpful when I direct other actors, because this is my experience. I know the language. I know how to approach actors, because sometimes when I am acting with other directors, sometimes I feel some directors don't direct a lot. They just, I don't know, maybe I feel they are sometimes a little bit afraid of actors, or just think, oh, they know what to do, but I don't know. But still, which I find is not good, because in reality, all actors want to get direction. They want to know what the director is thinking and what he wants from them. So to me, when I decided to direct myself, I really wanted to give that to my actors, tell them, feed them, and share what I see, what I want to have from them, and so I mean, I find it. I don't find it difficult. I really feel well in the chair of the director.
Mhm.
I really feel comfortable, and I sometimes see myself not as a director or an actor or story or script writer, because I'm all of those three things. And actually, I'm also a producer. I produce my projects with others myself. So in a way, I see myself always as a storyteller, because to
Mhm.
me, a storyteller is something that all of these professions can fit in. Being a storyteller is to be all of those things: producer, writer, actor, and the director. So if if I can tell stories, I'm happy that in that way I am doing my calling. I can either direct them, I can either be an actor in those stories, or whatever. That is my passion, telling stories for first
Okay.
and foremost. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Then about the casting of this movie, especially the main character, Saga,
Mhm.
I think it was a pretty challenging role that she was doing. So
Yeah.
how did that go, and how did you pick her? And
Yeah, I was actually in a TV series acting, which was called The Minister. And that is the first time I met Anita, who plays Saga. I knew about her because I mean, Iceland is a small country, and we in the same sector, we know so many people. But she had been living abroad. She had been living for many, many years in LA. So I didn't think about her when I was looking for the actress to play Saga, because it's right what you said. It's a really demanding role. So it was quite difficult for me to decide who should do it. But when I was acting in this TV series, The Minister, I had a scene with her when we were acting together, one short scene, and I was just like, wow. I just felt that this could be the actress who could play Saga, and I offered her to come to an audition, which she did, and she just nailed it.
she
I
did.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, she really did. She really did, and we worked very well together. It was a intimate work relationship, and I felt a lot of trust from her, and she really gave it all, gave her heart and soul to it, which I was really thankful about,
Oh,
thankful for.
okay.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you so much. Then a big question for me that where was the movie filmed? I'm asking because of this amazing landscapes and
Yeah.
snow that you have in the movie.
It's mainly filmed in Reykjavik, but we also go to a fjord called Hvalfjörður, which is just very close to Reykjavik, and it's so beautiful. And actually, the landscape is quite beautiful just near Reykjavik. I mean, there's one scene where when she's in the hospital and you can see a huge mountain that is just behind the hospital.
Mhm.
So we have mountains and beautiful landscape all around us. So I didn't need to go far. I didn't need to drive far away from the city. So we just could we were just very close by. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that was amazing. The landscapes in the movie are amazing.
thank you.
And so far, I don't know which year this movie was released in Iceland, but how was it received in Iceland? And so far, how was it received internationally?
It was very well received in Iceland, but I mean we got great reviews and the film festivals that we have been to, all of the, I must say, all of the reviews have been very positive, and I was just amazed. Because people seem to connect to the story. I mean, people seem to find a bit of something maybe they see from their own lives or whatever. But it was really, I mean, I was really happy with that. But the thing is, when the film was first shown here in Iceland, it was a bit in the time where people were still recovering from
COVID.
COVID.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the restrictions were not, but the restrictions in the mind were
Yep,
still there.
yep.
So it was time when it came to the movie theater where people didn't want to go to concerts, theaters, or movies, or so it was yeah. I mean, I would have liked more people to see it because the reviews and the people that went, they were really happy. And I gotta, yeah. So, yeah, you can Google the reviews. They're all very positive. I mean, and it was, I mean, due to COVID, we couldn't. It was selected to the Toronto International Film Festival, well, which is one of the biggest one. But due to COVID, they couldn't screen
Mhm.
all the programs, so it was a part of the industry select. But the main premiere was in Tallinn at the Black Nights Film Festival, which was also we had a 5-star review there. So yeah, I'm really yeah, it has been quite good and positive.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And just my last question is that what was your biggest challenge doing this movie, if any?
Yeah, the biggest challenge was to write the script, to
Uh-huh.
change a novel into a movie because I didn't want to people of I didn't want the audience to think when they were watching the film, oh, this is obviously a book. This is obviously a book because sometimes I can see that movies are made for book. It's a kind of yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult to explain it, but I really wanted to try as much as I can to tell the story without saying everything. Like I can give you an example. There is a scene in the film where she is coming home after the hospital and she is living in a large building where there are many apartments. And when she enters the building, she can't remember which of the apartments is hers, where she lives. So she needs to go and find out, oh, I live on the third floor, yada, yada, yada. The thing is, this is not in the novel. Was just me trying to portray without her saying, I don't remember, because she actually doesn't say until later in the film, I think it's in the half of the film, that she really admits that her memory is gone. So this was the most challenging bit for me, to write scenes that are not in the novel but still are saying the same story.
No, makes sense. Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah,
Especially as you mentioned, it was a very popular bestseller book in Iceland. So it's a very,
yeah,
very critical and sensitive thing to do to make both audience happy about that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you so much. It was really nice seeing you, and thank you so much for having showing your movie in our festival. And I hope to meet you in person.
Yeah,
Yep,
hope.
sometime in future, hopefully.
Yeah,
And
it
thank you
would
so
be
much
so.
for your time. I really appreciate that. I know the time difference is a bit critical between us, but I really appreciate your time.
Thank
Have
you
a
so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.